Hello and welcome to 16 Ounce Cinema's Directors Gallery. I'm TJ here with Michael,
Yo!
and we are continuing our Mario Bava marathon with Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bombs from, what is it, 1966?
And
I'll
the
get my
best part
date
of this
right.
movie is that he actually has gold shoes.
What?
He has gold shoes. He wears gold shoes.
Oh, so he is actually Goldfoot. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
get it now. I don't know. I'm being so slow
Oh,
because
it
I
is
have so
Goldfoot.
much.
That's right. Yeah, no. It's a good
This is
point.
a sequel to Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, which also
Which looked
starred
way
Vincent
cooler
Price.
based on the really cool montage intro about the first movie at the beginning.
So I was reading about it though. I think in the first one they weren't actually like sex bomb robots. So I think that's way cooler for
Yeah,
this
that's true.
one.
Yeah, the sequel is definitely the sex bomb robots.
But like as bad as this movie is, I do kind of want to go back and watch the first one because it'll have Vincent Price. It's got a really cool like just goofy 60s vibe.
Yeah.
You can see that like um Austin Powers was totally inspired by stuff like this. If not like
Oh,
almost this
yeah.
specifically,
For
right?
sure.
Like
Yeah, this would be like a 3 minute scene in like a new Austin Powers movie or something. Plus, he had robots
yeah.
in right or something like that. He had a chick robot in the movie that exploded.
I got a really bad lag on my headphones. Hold up. At that.
What?
All right, so we had some technical difficulties. We were talking about the
Vincent
prequel
Price.
and
I think.
Vincent Price.
Who,
I
who I
do have
think.
a.
hmm
Go ahead.
I was gonna say who I do think Bava told him to act like he's in a middle school play, because that's exactly how he fucking acts the whole movie.
So part of the reason this movie was made was AIP had Price on contract.
Yeah.
So they basically made this to fulfill part of his contract. But I do have a quote from him
All
about
right.
how he felt about this movie. Actually, a
Bava,
couple.
Bava or Price?
Price.
Okay.
I absolutely eliminate the entire memory of that picture. It was such a disaster. It was a picture that was completely unplanned, unrehearsed, unset, unacted. They had two Sicilian comics in it who weren't in it to begin with, who didn't belong in it at all. Two American actors, a German Oriental actress, an Italian director. It was just disastrous. They
Hell
lost the
yeah.
soundtrack after the shooting and had to hire a man who read lips to tell us what we said. I, of course, never saw it.
That's
And
awesome. But
one
he liked
further
the first
quote.
one or what?
I guess he had fun with it. He was a guy. He was one of those actors who basically like felt he always had to be working.
Oh, okay.
He was like he lived through the depression, and like he just didn't ever want to not have money. Um, he also said, "I knew of Mario Bava as Boris Karloff had told me that he was a very good director, but I don't know what happened to him on this."
Yeah, I saw that one on Wiki. That's hilarious. I
Yeah.
loved it when I heard that.
So basically, there's not really much plot. Is Vincent Price is Dr. Goldfoot, and he has a plan to kill world leaders and generals with literal sex bombs, like
Yeah, dude,
female
he fucking hates
robots.
generals, bro. He loves blowing up generals with hot
Yes,
robot bitches.
with
That's
evil
his
bikini
thing.
robots.
Yes. Yes, and they all fall for it. Like, you think after the third one, they'd be like, ho, ho, ho,
On
hang on.
on the lookout, yeah, for
Yeah,
easy women. Like,
yeah. Like, I'm a general, and you're an easy bikini woman, and this isn't right.
but no, that's not what happens. So what do you want to where do you want to start with this one?
I don't.
There's so
Yeah.
much happens, and it's so like cartoony. Like there's a scene where like one of the sex bomb girls goes to like a Russian general in Siberia, which is
Oh
represented
yeah,
by
dude,
like a
I love the Siberian sets, the ice set.
it's just two fenced in open air areas, which are their prison and an
Yeah,
igloo.
yeah, it's great.
So and this general like leans against an igloo, but because the girl makes him so hot, his hand melts through
Dude,
it.
I love that. Yeah, it looks like marshmallows, and his hand goes right through. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I want to get some."
And then, of course, the girl explodes, which I think
Yes.
that's a great concept. Just exploding sex bomb girls.
Mm-hmm. I would watch a
Uh,
remake. This is, I mean, like, I dug the whole concept.
just a whole like Mike Myers kind of
No,
remake.
just give it just play it straight. I don't even care. I
Just
don't
play it straight.
just play it
He has
straight.
a basically a madam
Hell yeah.
henchwoman named Hard Job.
Dude, does he call the Chinese guy Odd Job the whole time?
No, the guy is Fong. The woman is Hard Job.
Oh, that's what I kept hearing. Okay. It's
Yeah.
like, why is he calling him that?
He also calls himself Chinese at one point. Vincent Price does.
Dude, doesn't he hate Chinese people in this movie?
He's like working with China
Somebody
to
hates the
facilitate
Chinese.
a war between Russia and the U.S.
That's
And
right,
he
yeah.
identifies with them, but he also wants to have power over them too.
Mm-hmm. It's fair. What's a sousaphone? One of them plays the sousaphone or has a dream of.
Yeah, he pretends to be a sousaphone player to get away from. God, I don't even remember this
Yeah,
dude's name.
Oh, it's that giant tuba thing. That
Oh,
looks like
okay.
a. That looks like
Boom, boom,
the.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So the basically the plot is that this American agent who's super horny is trying to stop Goldfoot and get laid, and then two Italian guys just happen to bumble their way into it.
Yeah. I guess we watched the version that didn't have as much of the Italian guys.
Right. So and the Bava book goes on and on about all the differences in them. So there's quite a lot. But yeah, basically in Italy, because these guys were like their Abbott and Costello, Franco
Yeah.
and Ciccio. This is their 54th movie together.
Holy shit.
And actually, some of their early films were directed by Lucio Fulci, which I haven't seen, for Fulci at all.
Yeah.
So this was their 54th film together. They were a huge hit. So yeah, of course, in Italy, they like upped their presence and
Yeah.
they diminished some scenes with Vincent Price. And there's also, if you remember at the end credits, there's like a musical number within Goldfoot's lab.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually within the film in the Italian version. But like looking it over, I think like the American version for us is definitely the way to go because like we don't care about Franco and Ciccio.
No.
And it makes for some there's some things that are set up like there's a piranha pool that's introduced and then nothing ever happens with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's probably just bad editing. I'm sure there was something, right? Yeah.
well, yeah, in the Italian version, like Ciccio or Franco, one of them like gets part of his shoe eaten off, and then they throw a henchman in there, and he asks to be helped out, and so they're like, oh, so he grabs his hand but pulls up just like the hand and part of a forearm bone.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah.
That was the payoff that we didn't get. But then we get more Vincent Price, and apparently we get more of oh gosh, I didn't like catch her name, but the Rosanna character, the woman that the American guy goes through the movie with. We get more of her.
Okay.
So I think it's a fair trade.
Yeah.
I basically just wrote down a bunch of the gags.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. I liked the movie a lot in a weird way. It was terrible though, but and I didn't even like it in an ironic or a bad way. It was just like fun, but it's pretty terrible.
Yeah,
I wrote that
exactly.
it's like if Tarantino made a buddy cop comedy in 1988. That's how I felt watching it.
I don't know. But I did think like Vincent Price was having a lot of fun, even though he clearly doesn't give a shit about it. Like I think he was having fun. His character has a new jacket every 3 minutes, which I thought was awesome.
I love your attention to detail in this movie. I don't remember anything. I'm glad we're doing this together.
Do you remember there's a pool scene with Franco and Ciccio, and there's a bunch of girls around them, and you probably didn't catch this detail, but one of those girls had hairy armpits.
Ew.
I wasn't bothered. I was like, oh, okay. Actually,
well,
I was like, oh, do I really not care? So I was like, let me look up pictures of girls, armpit hair girls, right?
okay.
So, but I forgot that if it's a thing, it's a fetish. So suddenly there's just pictures of just it's high, their arms are up and it's highlighting it, and they're just enormous hairy armpits,
oh yeah,
hairier than a bush. And I was like, oh right, I can't.
So you stared at those pictures for an hour.
No, I was just like, oh, okay, right, it's a fetish thing. But I was like, I guess in real life it doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, if you the fetish level of
I
it,
mean, yeah, it doesn't bother you because like they're not holding their arms up in the air while they
right,
talk
they're
to
not
you.
holding their arms up in the air with like bush as thick as my
Right,
husky's fur.
right. If they put you
Which,
in a headlock, you'd be like, "Hang on a second."
yeah, exactly. They're not like afro armpits.
No, no,
Um,
no. There's a bunch of like feminist articles too. Why are we grossed out by women's armpit hair? All right, I'm done.
you looked it up? You had to look it up too?
Yeah,
See
yeah,
how
I'm
you
looking
felt
it
about
up for
it?
sure.
I think the movie is worth watching just to see Vincent in drag as a nun.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic.
And he's also either like supposed to be a nun with a beer belly or a pregnant nun.
Yeah, I don't know why he has a belly, but
Yeah, it's just like a big old basketball. Like Tim Lucas thinks that he's playing a pregnant nun.
that's fine.
Although he admits that you can't be sure.
You can't be sure. Dude, what's with it turning into a silent film for like 15 minutes?
See, I didn't get that. Like, even like I kind of read over the book a couple times because Price said that they lost the soundtrack and had to redub, but then kind of like reading it back, it seemed like in the Italian version there was more of these hints of silent comedy. So that when it went fully silent, it made more sense, but that it was edited very badly in the American version.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay. Like I felt what it was going for, but it was just so random.
But right, it suddenly feels like they did lose the soundtrack and they didn't want to dub it, so they just made it this long silent comedy chase. Which
Yeah.
I guess the best part of this is getting to see Vincent Price go on fair rides.
Yeah, they went for a balloon ride too, right?
Yes. And then in the balloon ride, they end up in heaven. And something that I didn't notice when I watched, but when I was reading about it, one of the angels is Mario Bava.
What?
Yeah, they go up to the heaven and two angels shrug, and one of them was Bava. And I was like, damn, like, I don't really want to go back to this movie just to see that image of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a Bava cameo. And this goes on way too long, though, this whole side. It's like a third of the movie, it feels like.
Yeah, it was long. Especially towards the end when you kind of wanted to wind up. Why did I write, you hate coffee and you hate kisses? Is there a coffee and kisses scene?
That might have been a line, but I don't remember dialogue.
Oh, well, I don't think it was dialogue. I don't know why I wrote that. I thought it was like a part of the movie. I don't know why I took such shitty notes. I guess I just wasn't into this film that much.
Or maybe you're that into it that you didn't want to like distract yourself. There's a lingerie fight on an airplane. You didn't want to distract yourself from that.
That's a good point.
That's
going to bother me for several minutes. You hate coffee and you hate kisses. And then below that I wrote, kisses are my favorite hobby. Oh my goodness, I wish I knew what the hell that meant.
I think one of the biggest failures of this movie is that there's a moment where Vincent Price jumps out of an airplane with an umbrella as a parachute, and we get no shot of Vincent Poppins. Like, we just next see him on the ground. There's no then with all the other shots that were going on, we could have had a Vincent Poppins image, but we don't.
Failed.
So that's our Marmon. I have a few other notes. Do you have anything else? We just kind of ran through a few gags and said
that's what the movie is. It's just a little gaggy.
Yeah, there's no plot, but it's if you're looking for just the dumb like 60s bikini spy movie, like it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's like good vibe funny. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's where I would put it. The movie failed in the U.S. and it actually ended Mario Bava's partnership with AIP. So he didn't do movies with it. He did they distributed Black Sunday for him, and they were kind of keeping him in business. And after it failed badly for them, they didn't want to work with him anymore.
Yeah.
However, it was his biggest box office success in Italy because Franco and Ciccio were so damn popular.
Well, how was the reception in Italy?
Well, it was a box office hit. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Reviews or anything. Yeah. So I think also, though, if it didn't have Vincent Price, I wouldn't recommend it at all.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I still liked it. I don't really care about Vincent
So
Price. So.
you say even if it like Vincent Price was just some anonymous
Oh
Italian
shit.
actor, you could say like this is worth watching for Bikini
Hang
Bomb
on.
Girls.
Hang on. Hey, I'm back.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, let's
So
go.
with I said if Vincent Price was just a random Italian guy, you would watch it just for Bikini
Yeah.
Bomb Girls.
Yeah, I would have dug it no matter what. I don't really ever care for Vincent Price. Even when I watch all those, what's in those movies I watched that he's in a lot. I don't care for him either. I just like the movies.
I don't know. He was in a lot of like the Corman pictures,
Yeah, any of
the
that
Edgar
kind of
Allan
stuff
Poe
or
ones.
whatever. Yeah, his old movies. I just like the old movies. He's whatever. I'm indifferent to him.
All right. Well, are we done with it? Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bombs then?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. We're going to have some more swinging 60s fun next time and more spy stuff
Oh,
with the long awaited Danger Diabolic.
oh, good movie.
And we've both seen this before, and I can't wait to watch it again.
Is Angus joining us for Diabolic? Is that what he said or no?
Yeah, I think he said he wanted to, so we got to reach out to him for that.
All right, cool.
All right. We'll see you all then.
Later.
Bye.